ain't that sad. Oh, yeah, I once had a pretty little girl. I lose my baby, ain't that sad. Well, you know you can't spend what you ain't got. You can't lose what you ain't never had. Well, you know you can't spend what you ain't got. You can't lose what you ain't never had.
Yeah, it's 3 miles up. Memphis 17. He said,
y'all ready to have a good time? Hey, we want to thank everyone who coming out. Featuring Bobby Rush himself. Are y'all ready for Bobby Rush? I said, are y'all ready for Bobby Rush? If you have never seen this man before, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the stage the one and only band Bobby Rush, the superstar. Band Bobby Rush, super band Bobby Rush, sugar heads, eagle ears. I ain't studying you. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the Grammy-nominated Bobby Rush.
Give it to him, Bobby.
Hey! Blues time.
Tit for tat. If you give away your dog, she said, I'm gonna sell some of my cat. She said, hey, Bobby Rush, what you done to me will never do. She said, what good for the goose? She said, it's good for the gander too. You don't know who I am by now, let me tell you. My name is Bobby Rush. And I've been doing this 49 years, 250, 300 shows a year. I've been off work 6 weeks, I think, in 41 years. That make me be either hungry, crazy, or in love with the music. So when you get back to California, you tell them to come to Mississippi if you want to hear. Memphis, Tennessee, look out. Here we come again.
I was a field hand when I was 7, chop cut, pick cut. Then when I was a teenager, I was good.
All the girls, you know, look at
That's a tractor driver there.
yeah, I'm a tractor driver.
Somebody knocking on my door.
Junior Park and I, in 1954, 55, we used to play at a little club beside this road here in midnight. If you played real good, you get 2 pieces of chicken. If it didn't play good, you got 1 piece. If the man didn't like it all that night, you don't get anything to eat.
Oh, I'm so worried, don't know where to go.
We were all raised up together. You know, BB and Bobby and Little Junior Parker and Ike. I came out the cotton field too. Dude. We were all Hicks. and loving the music.
Late great Howling Wolf right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
AM 1070 WDIA. In about 2 weeks, the creme de la creme of the blues field at the Orpheum Theater.
Yes.
Downtown Memphis, Tennessee. It is the Handy Awards.
24th one. They're the best in blues.
Ike Turner, Roscoe Gordon, Little Milton, and probably the greatest blues singer in the country today is up for Entertainer of the Year, B.B. King.
Yes.
Hi there, young man. All right. How are you? All right.
Pretty lady, how are you?
Okay. Where the B.B. King at?
She's the B.B. King?
He left. He went to town.
How you feeling?
All right.
Pretty good. Hello.
Just want her.
All right.
Thank you. How you feeling?
Thank you.
Good. All right. Hello.
Would you believe my grandson, you met him in Cleveland and gave him one of your guitar picks?
Did I?
He treasures it.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, he loves it. You gave it to him.
I'm glad.
Yes. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give him my hello, will you?
I certainly will.
How are you?
God bless you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. How are you today? All right?
I guess as a plowboy, I was even at 5 miles per hour, working 12 hours a day, which is about 60 miles a day, about 6 days a week. I would think in 16 years of doing that, I've walked practically around the world, just following the music.
Coming to Memphis was like going to London or Paris. A lot of it was beyond my wildest dream. I was like a kid in a candy store.
Hello, friends of the Colored Tri-State Fair at Memphis, Tennessee.
Come on down this way now. See what's going to happen down here in front of the big show. This is the only show on the ground where you can go in and sit down and enjoy yourself. Now, I know you appreciate it.
Our first place winner, Quincy Johnson will sing Old Man River. Anna Lee Munger will sing My Hero, second place.
B.B. King, you've been playing and singing the blues all your professional life. What do you want to do with your music and with your singing?
Play the best that I can, reach as many people as can, as many countries. In other words, I'd like the whole world to be able to hear B.B. King sing and play the blues.
If you love me, love you. I'll buy you a car made of gold. Get you a fortune of youth, baby.
Well, Mr. King, I bet you don't even recognize this town anymore.
I keep seeing so many things that I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's certainly changed over the years.
Oh, boy, it's so nice to be on Beale Street again.
This is what they did to Beale Street. They destroyed Beale Street, man, because, you know, this was the fun spot. Beale Street was the fun spot. You know, clubs open all night long, every night till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And they wasn't all playing blues like they're playing now. They were playing a lot of jazz. You go to some jazz clubs. But see now, they got the loud guitar. You can't hear yourself think. Not talk, you can't hear yourself think. Everybody's playing the loud music. Everybody. It was maybe 1 or 2 guys playing, not the whole army. Plus, they didn't play that loud. No. There were houses all out here, apartment buildings. Look what they did in the parking lot. It looked like somebody got mad at the place. I'm going to just tear everything down and put some cars in here. That's what it looked like. That's great, isn't it? I see Bobby playing. I don't see no Roscoe Gordon notes on it. That didn't give me the kind of attention I think I deserved. This is a waste of time. I know they wouldn't have any of me in here. If they had this many records in Europe in a store, they would have a whole section of Roscoe Gordon, everything he did. But see, there are not too many people in here I know. Robert Goulet. I'm Roscoe Gordon.
Roscoe
Gordon, G-O-R-D-O-N.
Blues?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like it, is it?
See, they put my name on the...
All right, how about you?
See, right here. I'm working tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where you going to be at?
Where am I going to be? Let's see. Yeah, now, if someone asks me where am I working,
Yeah, just tell them the Young Avenue.
Young Avenue, Delhi. Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, brother?
Roscoe.
Nice to meet you, sir.
My pleasure.
You play blues?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Where
anyway,
you playing at tonight? You don't even know the little joint you playing.
I got it written down. Young Avenue Deli. Cooper and Young. You know where it is?
Nope. And where are you going to be?
Cooper Young Deli.
Where's that?
Look, I'm supposed to ask you where it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Roscoe Gordon. Yes, come on, holler one.
Hey.
Hey, if you're looking for a good meal.
Hey, this is the place.
Come on in, folks. We serve the best on bill.
The best on bill in Memphis, Tennessee. Hello, baby. Had to call you on the phone. Hello, baby. Had to call you on the phone. Beale Street was a haven for the black man. They come up from the Delta and got to Beale Street. Don't owe nobody, know nothing. Everything. It was heaven. It was heaven to these people that came up, all black. But I told a white fella on Beale Street one night, I said, if you were black for one Saturday night on Beale Street, you never would want to be white anymore.
At the Palace Theater, we knew it was an adult show, so we hid down in the seats. And when the lights came on, man, the stage show started, and our eyes were glued to the stage, big as teacups. And the dancers and the big band playing, you know, we were just in awe, man.
I've seen the lights of old gay Broadway. I've been down on Market Street by the Frisco Bay. I've been over in London, strolled down that Paris base. You take my advice, folks, and see Beale Street first.
When Nat got the call to come to Beale Street to be master of ceremonies for the amateur show that they were about to start, they called him, he reached back and got me.
Well, now, I don't want to inflict any hardship on the audience, but I can do a mess of singing when it comes down time to it now, because I can keep time. All right. Well, I won't play for you. I just stand off and watch you display your ignorance. No. And get cut. No, you're telling that. Go ahead.
Amateur night on Beale Street was like magic. You had tap dancers, comics,
Now, you see, I sing in an indiscriminate key.
and musicians. B.B. King, Bobby Bland, Johnny Ace, Roscoe Gordon, all of them came from the stage of the Palace Theater.
I guess I looked so bad and so pitiful and was so broke. Rufus Thomas, when he would see me, he'd say, you know you was on last week. He'd say, yeah. Well, why are you back this week? I need to go on again, because I need that $1.
This particular night, Joe Green, Mansfield, and myself, we drank wine, you know, Morgan Davis wine. But this particular Wednesday night, we had no wine money. So they talked me up into going on the stage to sing to get the wine money. I went up and I sang this song called Please Throw This Old Dog a Bone. Right in the middle of the Please Throw This Old Dog a Bone, the MC threw a great big bone up on the stage. So I won first prize, and the rest is history.
Well, you told me that you love me, no, you told me a lie. I love you, baby, until the day. Dog, 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 hold it around with you. I'm gonna let you out, baby, that's what I love.
WDI, Gladys and the Pimps. What's up, brother? You got a special guest coming.
Yes!
Coming by the studio this afternoon. An original announcer at WDI. Coming home.
Long way from the Mississippi cotton fields, baby.
Woo! What's up, Doctor?
How are you, sir?
How you doing?
We'll come up here and mess with you for a while.
Yeah, you want your old seat back?
No. No, if you don't mind, I'll sit here. You know, I'm wondering if there are anything, did you guys ever keep an archive or museum of some of the old stuff from the guys way back?
We do have some old commercials.
Really?
Yeah, somebody did it a few years ago and sent us a copy of it.
Really? WDI, Diana Ross. It is 419 Fun Afternoon Show, David Sports here in the studio this afternoon with Mr. B.B. King.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
The story of you coming to Memphis, could you describe that for us?
Well, I just heard that there was opening up an all-black operated station over here. So I had to come from West Memphis over here. And at that time, I had enough money to get a bus from West Memphis to Memphis, but didn't have no money for car fare. So I had to walk from the station, bus station, all the way up to the 20th block. And it started raining, and it rained on me all the way up there. But at that time, I had a disc jockey. It was Professor Nat Williams, but they called him Nat D at the time. And I walked up, and Nat D had his cans on his head, kind of like he has now. And Mr. Ferguson came out, and Mr. Ferguson says, we got a new product. And he's looking at Mr. Williams saying, we got a new product we want to put on the air. I say, you think you could make a jingle? I'd say anything. I'd have gave him the Brooklyn Bridge if he asked me anything. Yes, sir, he said. He said, the name of it is Pepticon. Pepticon? Yes, Pepticon. I said, yes, sir. And I started. Pepticon, show is good. Pepticon, show is good. Pepticon, show is good. You can get it anywhere in your neighborhood. He said, you're hired. That's how I got on the radio.
Oh, man.
So I would do 10 minutes a day.
It was a day I remember, too. It was just pouring down rain. And in the afternoon, in came BB.
And he had on the typical Sunday outfit from Mississippi. The black suit, white shirt, black tie, black hat. And he was soaked right down to the skin.
And he was a bit shy, very quiet. And he came in, and Don let him stand in front of the microphone and let him play. And they called me down and said, come down here. Said, we have somebody we want you to listen to.
Now it is 3 o'clock in the morning. Can't even close my eyes. In the morning, baby, can't even close my eyes.
B.B. King's music didn't interest me. I was not impressed by it at all. I didn't like it. It made me very uneasy because I was sure there were elements in this music that my listeners, our listeners, understood that I didn't.
Lord, I've looked around me. Well, my baby can't be found.
No black voice had ever been heard on the radio unless it was gospel singers. Every Sunday, you get gospel singers on there. But to be an announcer on the radio, no way. Black men can't do that. There's no way for a black man to do that. He can't do it.
They were going broke. They try everything. They tried country and Western music. They tried classical music. They decided in what could only be described as absolute desperation to try Negro announcers. They had to find, of course, the personnel and train them and put them on the air. And But I would say by the summer of 1949, WDIA is the first all-black radio station in the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nat D. Williams inviting you to listen to a full-hour broadcast.
I'm young, I'm loose. I'm full of juice, I got to go, so what's the use? We're feeling gay, though we ain't got a dollar. Rufus is here, so hoot and holla. Right here on WDIA, the voice of Memphis, Tennessee.
You know, when I heard WDIA with all these people that I knew, Nat D. Williams taught me history in high school. It really made me, I fell in love with Memphis then. I felt like I belonged.
They didn't start out to bring about social uplift for black people. That happened. And once the station got going, they did wonderful things for the black community, but that was not their original intent. It's another classic case of the law of unintended consequences.
They found out that there was gold in them there hills, if you want to put it like that. And WDIA went from cool, or should I say cold to cool, to lukewarm to warm, on into hot. And when I say hot, man, I mean hot.
I'm getting up soon in the morning. I believe I dust my broom. I'm getting up soon in the morning. I believe I dust my broom.
Here's WDIA at the top of the Delta, booming that big 50,000-watt voice all through the Delta. They estimated that they were hitting 1.5 million black people. So they could come to a sponsor and say, look, we hit 1 out of every 10 African Americans living in the United States.
Just like John.
Gonna walk in Jerusalem just like John. Say, look, I'm talking to you about Martha White's self-rising flour. When the Martha White biscuits come out of that oven, you just grab them up and butter them. You baptize them in butter.
Here's a DIA goodwill announcement. A black Angus cow is lost.
One of our friends just called us a minute ago. He lost his false teeth. He lost his false teeth. Listen, friend.
Hot out there. Yeah. And I knew it was hot. Yeah. I thought it could be done. I just went to the front door. Oh, fill the savage up out there in the front.
Okay. I know it was A.C. Williams.
Yes. What time is the shows at the...
Huh?
What time is the show for tonight?
B.B. King's Blues Club.
Tonight, the first show, I think, is about 7. We're doing 2 tonight. We'll do 2 tomorrow night. And thanks for mentioning it. That's the B.B. King Blues Club. Excuse me, I mean.
Well, that's all right. I'll be there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. I'd like to say it's good to be back home. This is my second home. Indianola, Mississippi, the first. This is still the home of the blues, the B.B. King. Thank you so much.
It wasn't always easy. It wasn't always easy at all. In '55, I bought the first bus I ever had. Big red. Gentleman that drove it was named Cato Walker Jr. He was a good mechanic, he was a good bus driver, and a good friend.
As a kid, what we'd hear was my dad bringing his bus home. He'd always get home 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you'd hear that bus come across the hill, and it'd go as he geared it down, because he'd always back it up into the backyard. And he'd pay me $1, $2 to clean the bus out. And I'd walk up on there, and it smelled of men on the road, you know, men traveling. I would read all these newspapers from Seattle, Washington, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, New York City. And I thought it was the most fascinating lifestyle that a man could have in the world, you know, to be able to travel and to see all these places. And I used to smile because Daddy would tell me, you don't want to be in the music business. And in the back of my mind, I'd go, yeah, because you just want to keep all this fun to yourself.
Highway 61, I want to be the first one to drive on it. I have 3 of these buses. I grease them, work on them, drive them, the whole bit. My granddaddy told me a long time ago, said, don't own a horse that you can't ride. When mechanical things go wrong, I got to get on and fix what I got to fix, and you do what you got to do to make it to the next gig.
When you speak of the chitlin circuit, it's great. You make a decent living. You meet down-to-earth people. Back in the day when the economy was different, and you had a lot of people living in the rural areas and in the country. I don't think a lot of people back then had house notes and high rents and stuff like that. So people could come out basically any night of the week and have fun.
When we go out on the road, well, we got to have somewhere to stay. Can't stay in the hotel because all the hotels are white. See, I'm pretty ageable, and I can remember this stuff where I couldn't go in that hotel because of the color of my skin.
Have you ever been mistreated?
I got this stupid drummer. I told him, I said, look, man, I said, no name. I said, do not go to these water fountains down here. I said, no matter what you do, if you want water, go to the hydrant and drink from the hydrant. Don't go to the water fountain. He went to the water fountain like a stupid guy, go behind, put a foot in his butt. I mean, kicked it. I was kicked once, too, by a cop in Memphis. Do you know this son of a gun kicked me and lifted me up off the sidewalk? So I had tears in my eyes. I said, aren't you ashamed? I said, you're twice as big as I am. You got a gun and you got a stick and got a license to kill me. You gonna kick me? He said, get home. I said, you stopped me. I said, I was going home.
hard to look happy and pretty early in the morning.
You know.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to look pretty, but I look pretty happy. How many miles are we away?
About 130 miles. Round ball.
Let me know if you get tired. I'll take it.
All right, I'm good.
Is all the girls sleep? They sleep.
Hit him.
Oh, you are.
You know, hens don't move to the sunrise.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Rooster get up early, right?
Yeah, get up early.
Well, cocky doo doo.
I'm over there.
Daddy would tell me they would drive the bus down through all the black neighborhoods so people would know B.B. King was in town. They'd play the show, rehearse, get on the bus, and split. They'd drive all night, get to the next town, set up, rehearse, play the show, get on the bus, and they split. They literally lived on the bus.
Yeah. Are you playing the blues?
Oh yeah, all the time, but I play for tips. I'm out of money right now.
Whooping the jam. Now, if we don't like this, you got to pay us now. Yeah, tip the man. Tip the man. I'll tip the man. I got it. I got it. There you go. There you go. Stay right there where you at. Stay right where you at. It says, you came along, what did I do? I lost my heart and my head too, yeah. Without your love,
And it's
just gone. You not have to live right.
Feeling no strife, take it away.
Ah, that's the blues. That's the blues. That's the blues.
That's all right, Mama. That's all right for you. That's all right, Mama. Just any way you do it, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right, Mama. Any way you do.
I've been humbled, baby. You can't believe the words I say. I've been humbled, and you can't believe the words I say. You don't love me. You just want to have your way.
Well, I can't find my baby. Lord, and I can't be satisfied. Train I ride 16 coaches long. Well, I love to hear my baby call my name. Well, I love to hear my baby call my name. She said Roscoe's so busy and so doggone bad. You and women have heard of jalopies, you've heard the noise they make, but let me introduce my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just one way. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we'll ride in style, moving all along.
Hello, Robert. Nice to be home.
Good to see you, Mr. Sam Phillips.
What are you doing? Well, how you do?
I know him. Yes, I know him. Hey, how you doing, Sam?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to see you.
Oh, glad to see you. Thank God,
yeah,
man.
my baby.
God is good, ain't he?
Anybody can keep you pretty like you for as long. God's pretty good.
Ooh, look at you. The pot can't talk about the kettle. How you doing, Sam?
Couldn't be better.
Yeah. Do you know how I met you? How we got together? Do you remember?
Remind me. I don't know. I don't remember.
I saw BB, and I knew him as Riley. I didn't know who BB was.
Right,
And you was
right.
recording him, and he was playing in Chambers, Mississippi. And he said, he heard my band. He said, man, why are you not recording? I said, I don't know how to record. He said, well, I know a man in Memphis that named Sam Phillips. He said, I'm going to tell him to call you, and he'll give you a call between Monday and Wednesday. And sure enough, Monday morning, you called me. Back in those days, records like we cut was called race records.
That's right.
And they didn't play that kind of stuff on white radio stations.
That's right.
Then you got the idea of getting some white kids to sing the black music. And this started rock and roll.
That's right. I guess the most criticism I got was that black people just were not what white people were. And I mean, I knew every one of them down there, and they wasn't, I didn't know a race baiter or anything, but they could not understand why I was out here fooling around with a bunch of niggers. No, I mean, that's just exactly the truth. I had the finest people I was working with, and they would come in and say, well, you must not have had a session yesterday. I says, man, either that or you used a lot of deodorant. Now, these were cruel things. They were cruel things. But you think I got mad at them? Hell no, I was playing right in the hands if I'd have gotten mad at them. Yeah. I just kept doing my thing. I was just saying we have got to develop something that's good and that at the same time possibly can have an everlasting effect on what humanity thinks of each other.
Yeah, we're saying,
wait a minute, I'm not listening. Hey, that is a fact, and those are the facts.
Yeah, you know, I've said this in an interview before about you. There's one thing I never felt about you. And when I came in that door, my first time, I never felt any prejudice, you being partial, feeling, made me feel black, make me feel afraid, make me feel that I had to sit over here, or I had to come around to the back door. Like the first time I came to the Peabody, I sat in the car for 3 hours. I never felt any of that in this building, not once. And if anybody say that, I can say that they are lying. I've never felt that in this building. No, that's one thing I can say about this place, because it just didn't exist here.
It would have never succeeded. It would never happen if I'd have had that attitude. And somehow or another, God blessed me with the ability to work day and night and hope that I'd be given enough time to stay in business. Wait a minute. To prove that it absolutely would have to be that some white folks would have to start doing some things, not trying to mock, not trying to copy or anything, but they're going to have to do it with some feel. And I knew the southern white people like Elvis Presley. Ain't no black person ever been poorer than him.
All of this stuff was black style.
Sure.
Yeah, and so...
There was a lot of southern...
No, well, just then you said that they didn't copy the black style. They did on it, and even today they did on it.
What I mean now, the copy. What I meant was try to imitate. They took the feel because they were exposed to so many of the same things, not to the extent that black people were. But they didn't copy. What they did was they borrowed heavily from.
Yes, they sure did.
Now, wait a minute now. There you go.
No,
hell, that ain't right.
What do you mean?
Is that not a compliment? That's
what
it took to make what y'all were doing absolutely unaccepted.
I understand. But all other black people that were recording, they couldn't get the records on the white radio stations. You could. You did. Yeah. But
do you love me, or
yes, you know I love you. You
me?
know I love you. Ain't gonna never change.
That's right. Look like making fun of me. Do you believe that? No, wait a minute. You know, I mean, can you believe that?
I don't know me.
I don't know why.
Which way in the bathroom? I forgot.
Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right with me. That's all right, Mama.
Hey, go ahead.
Anything you do, that's all right.
That's the first time I ever heard him sing in my life.
I've been searching. Oh yeah, searching every which way.
What happened during the period when it seemed like the blues faded? Well, it sort of put us on the back burner. I put it that way, because a new style started coming in.
You made me cry when you said goodbye.
And a lot of the young black kids, they wanted to hear some more soul or rock and roll. Rock and roll hadn't gained the name rock and roll then, but it was starting. People like Little Richard, Fats Domino, and people like that was playing then what later was called rock and roll. I remember I was in Baltimore, Maryland, and when it was time for B.B. King to go on, the announcer said, "Now we bring you B.B. King," and all the kids said, "Boo!" And you talking about hurting, that hurt me so much. I felt terrible that the reason they booed because it was blues. When they said blues, hey, it's like being black twice. But I didn't know nothing else to do. I didn't know how to do all the things. I couldn't dance. I've got 2 left feet all my life. When I was married, my wife had to give me a drink to get me on the floor. So I couldn't dance. I didn't know how to do all of the nice things that later on made entertainers, you know. All I knew, stand up, flat foot, sing, and play my guitar. That's all I knew.
The places that I had been working, I couldn't work there anymore. Because, I wasn't going to draw anybody. That's why I threw the music aside. Because, I already saw that the trend was changing. And my wife said she wanted me home, so it really wasn't a problem for me to just forget about it.
I can't do it, Billy. I can't do that in a way. Not for that kind of money. Probably a little nothing, about $1,000 or something. You got to be kidding. Be honest with you, I might can scrap you even better than that. But I won't. Don't let me say it yet. But if you put it on there early, the more I can knock off. You know what I'm talking about? Because that means I can go someplace else and make my money up and throw it your way. That's the only way I can do it. You know, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help you. That's all I'm trying to do. As a chitlin circuit artist, I'm hoping and praying that God would give me the time in this life to cross over to the white audience. I want to be just as big as the Buddy Guy or the BB, and I think the opportunity just right around the corner. It's just hard to get both sides of the fence.
That's the bandstand there? Yeah. Just your line right for the front?
I think it's just a matter of people knowing who I am and what I do. I think it'll be big as bubble gum. So you can't set him out where he's sitting like that because that'll kill the people from other people. This coming November, I'm 66 years old. But I'm still in decent shape, and I can put the hours in and have the energy. When I hit the stage, then something else comes in. The other switch. I got a little switch back here that I don't hit often, and I do it like that every now and then. Get my little motor going.
Hey, yo! I said, hey, yo! I said, hey, yo! You know what? If y'all think I'm gonna leave my woman, cause what somebody said, you might be crazy. You might know where I'm headed. I ain't studying. Let me tell you something. I ain't studying. See, my daddy done told me to leave the girl alone, and my mama done told me to. Making love to that woman every night. Just being dealt for you. I looked at my mama, looked at my daddy. I've been trying to smile. If this good thing a woman got killed me, I don't mind dying. I ain't studying. Let me say it again. I ain't studying. Somebody had the nerve to tell me, said, Bobby Rice, so you ain't nothing but a henpecked dude? No way. Listen. I'm not henpecked. Larry, I've been pecked by the right hand. Look at that. Look at it. Hey, old man, you like that, don't you? You like that, don't you? Well, your eye may shine and your teeth may grit, but ain't a damn thing up here you gonna get. I'm not here, man. I've been pecked by the right hand. Wait a minute. It be talking to me. Sometimes it talks so low, I can't hardly hear it. I have to get real close to it. It's talking to me. Listen, look at it. I got to talk to my brother. Just me and my brother got to talk, brother to brother. Hey, brother, between me and you, not only can it talk, it can sing too. You don't believe it? Sing for my brother. I've been pecked by the right hand. Hey, y'all, I've been pecked. I've been pecked by the right hand. How about a hand for the young hen? For the hen.
It's fun to people on the outside, but this is work. And people want my nose, they want my blood, they want my sweat, they want the best out of me. Then when they get the best out of me, they still don't want to pay me. When they pay me, they think they pay me too much. God, it's hard. But I smile because I like what I'm doing. If I didn't love the music, I couldn't do it. Time the band broke down, 1:45 or 2 o'clock. I get in the bus and woke my bus driver up, and here we are, coming home to be at service at church at a 9:15 service. Well, y'all ain't worth a nickel. When I work all the week, do all these things. When I get to church on Sunday morning, I'm so tired, I can't keep my eyes open. But now it's time for a break. Now I don't have to sing. I don't have to do any of these things that I was doing last night. Somebody else is doing it. Now I'm enjoying it. Come on with it, preacher. Don't ever think in your mind that the people go to church don't party. People, the same people you see Saturday night, the same one you see on Sunday morning. I talk about Jesus, lift me up. And the Saturday night, a baby, lift me up. You know, I just want to be lifted up by my baby. And that Sunday morning, I want to be lifted up by Christ. No different. No different at all. No different in the dance. You just, once you dance for Satan or you dance for Christ.
One Saturday morning when I was downtown with my father in what was probably 1950 or 51, there was this group of musicians. One playing the zinc tub bass, and one playing a 4-string guitar, and one playing a washboard.
Well, if you don't want no trouble, he don't mess with my girl.
It was just so loose and funky, and I'd never heard anything like it, you know, and I was utterly hypnotized and enraptured by this thing, you know. My father, when the song was over, of course, my father made me leave, so I only got to hear the one song. But after that, other things in life just didn't seem as important. I had to find out. I mean, obviously this music was somewhere very close to me, but because of racial barriers, I couldn't get there. Beale Street was itself an island inside a city, of white folks.
Well, I got something to tell you, keep it to yourself. I got something to tell you, keep it to yourself. Don't you tell your husband.
I learned about DIA through my parents' yard man, who would eat lunch in the kitchen and switch the radio. His name was Alex. And he took it upon himself to teach me the things that I needed to know. Thank God he did. And he taught me to shoot craps, and he taught me to play smut and pity pat, and he taught me to throw a knife underhanded, and other things that he thought were significant, not to be a smart aleck Yankee kid. And this is incredibly politically incorrect. You'll have to forgive my eubonics. But he said everything in music is made up out of codes. And I thought, oh, well, that explains it. It's a damn code. No wonder I couldn't figure it out. Why didn't my mother tell me it was a code? Because I thought he meant like secret code, like Captain Midnight or Morse code. He meant chords. And he said, this is how you make a code. He says you take a note, any note, and you go up 3 and down 4. And that's a code. I thought, my God, look at that. It's a pattern. I can do that. And that was it. The codes. My band in high school, the Regents, we had 2 hot sets of rock and roll, like typical fraternity house rock and roll. We had a 3rd set of blues, Jimmy Reed, John Lee Hooker, and Muddy Waters, and we basically played that to make the audience leave, which they would do.
Look here, baby, see what you done. You got my love, and you got me on a run. You
I started to notice that especially the college crowd would stay when we started to play the blues. And it was, I remember specifically seeing it come down from college to the high school crowd in terms of hipness. Oh, what is this hip black stuff? What is this music about? Who is Muddy Waters? I bought my first B.B. King album the same day I bought the Kingston Trio's first album. And if you see what's happening there, it was folk music. The blues was and is folk music.
I used to play the Fillmore when it was owned by another person. At that time, it was about 90% black. This time we go out to the Fillmore West. I saw all these long-haired kids and all white kids.
BB said, Mr. Walker, you need to find the right place. And Daddy said, well, this is what's on the paper. He said, yeah, have you looked out there? And there were white people around the block. And Daddy said, yeah. He said, well, you need to find the right place, Mr. Walker. And Daddy said he drove off and drove around the neighborhood, came back, stopped at the same spot. Said, BB said, well, Mr. Walker, what's the problem? You can't find where you need to go?
My road manager went inside, and when he saw Bill Graham, he talked to him. Bill said, no, this is the right place. So he came out to the bus and said, no, B, this is it. Come on out. He's talking to me like he'd known me all the time or knew about me. And the best intro I think I've ever had, and the shortest. He said, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the chairman of the board, B.B. King. Everybody stood up. Everybody. You could hear a pen. Everybody stood up. I ain't never had this happen to me before, ever in life. They all stood up and then started to applaud. But man, that got to me so much, I couldn't stand it. I stood up and started crying. Do you know, out of my about 45 minutes playing, I had about 3 or 4 standing ovations. And when I got ready to leave, they stood up again. And that was the beginning of playing to a different crowd of people. And that night, instead of having about 90% black, we had about 95% white. It's first time ever. And that was a feeling I don't know how to describe, but I wished I could.
When Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis, Detroit caught fire, Atlanta caught fire, Los Angeles caught fire, Memphis didn't catch fire. Some sailors broke some windows. We went under curfew, the tanks went up and down the streets, all of that's true. But Memphis didn't burn. There was no riot. It's like the old song, Mr. Crump Don't Like It. And the city fathers chose this opportunity to tear down a black community that represented black history.
Beale Street down, my heart was broken. You know, they had buried my heart in a shallow grave, you know, and I was just hurt. I wrote a blues called Reconstruction Blues, and I went down on the river and I sang to myself, you know, that I'd rather be anywhere else than in this home of the blues I know. I was hurt, and I would have jumped in that muddy Mississippi, in that muddy water. But I knew baptismal wouldn't have helped.
Beale Street ain't Beale Street no more. My street's done gone. And I don't have no place else to do my show. Look at that old hall across the street. That's where me and Rufus Thomas used to always meet. Look up above my head and I see that empty room where I used to stay for 25 cents a night and couldn't pay my rent. Beale Street ain't Beale Street no more.
Okay, so we're set on that, no worries there. Cool, good, we're on track. If you have any trouble, let me know, but everything should be smooth sailing from here on in. Yeah, because a red, white, and blue sequin outfit as a presenter is probably going to play hell with my cameras, but that's fine. But just let's make sure he gets there around 6:15, which is when we want BB to get there also.
1070 WDIA Fun Afternoon Show, Davis Brothers here. Want to remind you that tonight's the night. It's the Handy Awards right over on Beale Street. So if you'd like to go down and enjoy tonight, you can do that. Yes. The Handy Awards at the Orpheum Theater.
Check 1, 2, yes.
That's the money shot, obviously. You know, so we'll have every guy, Roscoe, BB, Milton, Ike.
How you doing? Hey, Roscoe. You got the right thing on. See, that's what I should have worn.
Roscoe.
I ain't thought you said, Amsterdam.
Right. How you doing, tonight? Hanging in there.
It's the youngest son. It's the baby. Baby son, the baby. Oh, boy.
Ike, when I
a few years ago.
No, for a minute. Let me say a grace so I can eat.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
We thank you, Lord, for this food and our many blessings. And we thank you for surrounding us with love and trust and understanding. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Roscoe.
We haven't seen Milton, and his cell phone is not turned on, so I don't know what we got there. That's pretty.
Yeah, I like that. That's blues. That's the
That's
blues.
blues. That's it. You be singing the blues and they be crying the blues.
Yeah, look.
The Lord by shepherd, you sing what you want.
I'm telling you the truth.
I heard that. Just like ever, man. Got you covered like dew on the ground.
I'm telling you.
Your poet don't know it, your feet don't show it.
I'm hearing you.
I heard that. Smoke it over. Shit, the mirror looking at you and the streets at you. Why not? You deserve it.
I look pretty cool here on man.
That's it.
Now, it's been a while since you got a blues man to come in and make your clothes look this good.
Oh, I
Tell
know
the
that.
truth.
I know that.
Yeah.
You number one.
When we was kids, we was country kids. My daddy farmed.
Yeah.
So we paid for it at the end of the
Yeah,
fall time.
Yeah, I know. Do twice a year.
Yeah, right.
In the fall and the spring.
Fall
I know.
time.
I've been through that.
Yeah, yeah.
I know what's happening.
So I'm gonna get this on fall time.
Yeah. When grapes get big as into the supermarket. You heard that. In God we trust.
I want to wear it now and pay later.
I heard that. Well, we can do that. I'll be right behind you. I'll be carrying your guitar for you. You cool, man. I like the way you operate. All right. We don't even have to sign a contract, do we?
That's right. We just signed now. Contract is signed.
That's what my dad said. A handshake's better than money.
Appreciate you.
Always. Got you covered like dew on the ground.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, you come right down. Right here. Okay.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good.
I've been waiting all
You're
day
here.
long, you know. Someone to pick me up, sitting in the hotel.
What key is Ike's theme in? E?
Don't try to do the part you don't know, just get E. Go back there, you go to E. Then go to left hand. You play it or you play it. And don't try to do it. Okay, that's good. That's good. And
Do a little intro so you bring it on.
We got everything's fine on all the other cameras. It's just that the crane is about 3 stops darker than everything else.
Sorry, I'm not stopping the show. Clark knows rule 1. We don't stop the live show.
But I won't be able to use this shot all through the show.
Okay,
We've
ready to
lit the
cut.
whole audience for that shot. All right, slowly on camera 2. Keep on my golden camera 4. I'll go on the guitar player.
What's up, baby? How you doing? I got some people I wait for nothing, depending on who it is.
Danny, yes, he did.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't even close my eyes. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, baby. I can't even close my eyes. I can't find my baby.
People, I can't even be satisfied. Reminiscing, I think of the days that Roscoe Gordon, Ike Turner, Little Milton was a little young, but he knows about it. When it rained, the streets would be wet, and then the pasteboard in your shoe, you could count every rock you stepped on. Quite a few years ago, I thank God that we're all still around. But I want to tell you, this is the way I felt at that time. Nobody loved me but my mother. And she could be jiving too. Oh, nobody loved me but my mother. And she could be jiving too. So now people, you know I act funny. When you do the thing you do.
Oh, boy. Let me go over and tell the guys. Look at guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, man, you were wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Pleasure, man. Thank you. It's an honor to play with you.
that step all alone.
When I think about how bad it could be, I'm so thankful for what it is. I got a blues seat, blues child, blues car. If I was young enough to go to Army, I would want to have me a blues army to go to and fight in a blues war. Because I'm blues.
I'm going downtown, y'all, get me a seersucker suit. $200 hat, $400 pair of boots. Going to the car lot, get me a long Cadillac. Everybody tell me that's what the young girl like. Gonna dye my hair so the girls can't see my grave. I got some money in my pocket, hot damn I'm willing to pay. Going to the jewelry store, get me a diamond ring. You will know right then that I'm the real hoochie man. I'm not gonna argue, I won't raise no sand. Wanna be a hoochie mama. I tell you, I can be a hoochie man. I can be a hoochie man. Well, now, frisky, he better hot girl, oh, y'all to the top. Jack the world, from the round and round. Trying to find me a good woman, I got found. The whole bunch of people, girl, how you feel? I'll step down, right, drop it on, and heels. There it is. I said frisky, he better hot. Oh, y'all to the top. Well, and round and round. Trying to find me a good woman, I got found. The whole bunch of people, how you feel? I'll step your back, boom, boom, that is. There it is. Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. We got no need for the first show. We'll come right back. Push it up. Everybody call. Push it up. Ladies and gentlemen, please, come on, put your hands together. Show your love. Superman. Superman. Body Rush.
walked out door.